If there's one thing that the parents of school-age children know at this point, as it relates to their child receiving a successful education in America, is that a one-size-fits-all approach to learning is not an effective model anymore for students to receive a well-rounded, world-class education.
The way that our classroom is structured has changed a lot. We've had a lot of innovation and a lot of creativity, especially coming from teachers, about how they want to approach the same things that we've been teaching for years. There's such an ease of collaboration in our classrooms now. Students can work together, we can match them up, and they can work together from absolutely anywhere. So instead of group work having to take place right there in the classroom with me observing them, they're able to go home and work together, which is awesome. Because of the constant communication, because they aren't scared to ask questions, then it allows me to really see them as a whole instead of as a test score.
Across our nation, there are successful schools and districts that are adopting visionary approaches to public education that are crucial in the preparation of students for academic and personal success in a constantly inconsistent world.
Our board and our superintendent see the importance of our students being able to compete globally, not just with students from Calpens or Packlet or even Charlotte and Atlanta, but with students from Hong Kong and New Delhi. And we know that the learning tools that are in place now allow them to do that. These tools allow students to work collaboratively like they will as an adult. We know that it will allow them to communicate with one another, and we know it allows them to think critically about solving real-world problems.
Contrary to many school districts that merely prepare their students to pass tests and perhaps one day get into a college or university somewhere, there are some school districts implementing an approach to education that is both traditional and visionary.
Teaching has changed a bit in my classroom. I would say that the quality hasn't changed at all. We've always set the bar, I think, pretty high here. But when it comes to the way that I teach in my classroom, we have new tools to use, and so that's really opened up so much for us to be able to connect to the kids, not just that, but to change the way that we assess them. So if you were coming in to a class discussion in my classroom, you might see a round table of a lot of kids who have their tablets out or they're accessing the web. They would have a novel right in front of them, maybe even a notebook where they're taking some notes, and they're going to use all three kind of interchangeably.
Integrating technology into their curriculum through carefully constructed lessons that provide enhanced learning opportunities for students is foundational to the success for Spartanburg School District 3 in South Carolina.
The district initiative, the T3, Technology Transforming Teaching, is the district's initiative to integrate the technology into the classroom and in such transforming the learning that the students are receiving. And it goes along with the 4 C's of the 21st century learning goals of collaboration, creativity, communication, and critical thinking. This has allowed us to break a lot of molds in education in that we do not have a one-size-fits-all model anymore. We are able to differentiate the learning. Students are able to learn at their pace. Teachers are able to differentiate and individualize the learning. It allows us to target and focus on the needs of individual students so that they can learn and we can get the best out of each student.
With online learning platforms for digital exchange of assignments, student assessments, collaboration, and discussion, the learning opportunities for students are increased exponentially. The technology and instructional departments work together closely to identify and implement instructional technology. Providing teachers with effective training and support ensures there will be a positive impact on student learning. Making curriculum content more immediate and relevant to students increases the likelihood of students processing the information and developing deeper conceptual understandings. Technology information access places a premium on flexibility, innovation, self-direction, and collaborative problem solving. It exposes students to authentic real-world examples and gives them the opportunity to use the tools of today's business world. though some parents may be concerned that the implementation of such technologies will hinder student-teacher interaction or perhaps even replace the need for a teacher altogether, the reality for both student and teacher is quite different.
The level of effectiveness that teachers have, and especially that close connection between a teacher and understanding the needs of her students, that's something that can't be automated. It won't happen. We can balance compassion with high expectations, and I don't see that as something that a computer will ever be able to match. I feel like I know my students so much more than I probably ever have in my 9 years of teaching. They're able to contact me and ask me questions for clarification, and especially the ones who might be reticent to do that in any other type of situation.
With the technology, it kind of helps you learn at your own pace. Some students learn fast, some students learn a little slower than others.
Everything in my classroom is personalized and tailored toward the needs of my students. If I see that a group of students, or even just one, is having difficulty with an assignment that I have given to them, our technology allows me now, without pointing it out to the entire class that they're having difficulty, to send them some graphic organizers through our social media platform, or send them some videos that can help them to understand it better, and then they can learn at their own pace and come back to master that content.
Recently we had an accreditation visit from a national organization, and two areas that they found that District 3 did exceptionally well were governance and resources and support. What that means is that we have a school board and a superintendent that always put the needs of children first.
To learn more about Spartanburg School District 3, visit their website at www.spartanburg3.org or call 864-279-6000.